Alafia, before I get into the weekly ifascope for the week, I would like to remind all of you who have not yet had the opportunity to take advantage of Iavas's free, absolutely no cost WebEx meetings on Wednesday evening. She does two of them in order to accommodate those people. You can come on with a camera and your microphone, or just your microphone, or by phone, a cell phone if you have it, and learn and listen and participate if you choose with some of the great subjects for learning Ifa and Orisha worship. All right? Thanks. Alafia, I'm Philip John Nymark, the founder of the Ifa Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to one more iteration of the weekly Ifascope. For those who are not aware, the weekly Ifascope is a look, an in-depth look, a magnified look, as it were, of the events and our reactions to them for the upcoming week. A number of events that are going to occur, we anticipate. A number of events that are going to occur, we do not anticipate. The secret is, how do we handle them? Well, we can do it the way that we always do things, where we use our body and emotional memory to, fall into a pattern. We can, remove ourselves. We can, be aggressive. We can be sad. We can be whatever. But it doesn't make for the best potential in the coming week. What makes for the best potential is a rumulous look at tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of similar events that have happened to different people in different places, in different ages, so that his understanding of what energy is necessary to cope with this is far better than our own. We can't do anything about the individual and things which are going to happen to you. That's a matter for personal divination. And this is done for thousands of people each week. But for those thousands of people, it will give you the best opportunity of having the most potent results in your reading. It's that simple. Sometimes it's that hard. Sometimes we want to run and hide. Sometimes we want to, attack. Sometimes we, whatever. This tells us the right thing to do. The energy this week, by the way, is Idi. All things being balanced, which they are not, it would call for the use of Shun's traits, the use of love, joy, sensuality, all those kinds of things, the entire spectrum of Oshun's traits, basically delving into life and having a good, wonderful attitude towards it. And on the everyday side, it's Arete. It's about using our everyday for work to achieve the results that we need. Now, should we get that? It should be here, but unfortunately, it's here. It comes EB. It comes EB with a very strong Odu, with very strong implications about what the problem is. And that Odu is Otura Meiji. And Otura Meiji is a two-part Odu. One, we should be taking things calmly and coolly, which this indicates we're not going to be doing. And by the way, it's on your temporal, everyday side and your emotional, spiritual side. So it's like a double whammy for us. And number two is after you have heard other people's ideas or thoughts about whatever the subject is, then you bring yours to the table. Be empathetic. Listen to what people have to say. Hold back, because there may be a reason why people are going to have to vent their own emotions in order to relieve the pressures that your opting in when they're done is going to make all the difference in the world. The excuse me, influence is um, relationships, and it's a strange kind of an O-do because it's Ofuno B. Well, that's two whole different reasons. It says that on the everyday temporal side of our life, we have to use our Ifa wisdom and knowledge. We have to temper what we're going to do with what we should do, with what we know is right. And on the emotional spiritual side, it's endless opportunities, which may be disturbing. It may be giving us too many choices. It may be giving us angst. But regardless, it's the cause of our distress. The best energy to use is the hard-headedness, the seamstress's mantra of measure twice, cut once. Don't jump into anything this week. Think about it. Make sure that your thinking is correct, and then go for it. And on the emotional spiritual side, it's a call for you to act upon choices which you have in a different manner than you have previously acted. So, what's the abode this week? Who is it to? It was not easy to find out. It took a bit of a search, but it ended up on Yemoja. It ended up having a lot to do with family, with children, with love, with all those kinds of things. And so we should take that, very, very carefully. And it's shea butter to Yemoja, which indicates and coincides with the suggestion, with the admonition that this is a week for not jumping into things, for staying calm, for keeping ourselves fixed, as it were, on the bigger picture and not becoming stressed with the minor one. What you do, of course, is you take some shea butter, place it in a container, or if you're lucky enough to have received the Yemoja, place it in the Yemoja's container or on her container, light a white candle, and pray for the understanding, the self-discipline, and the ability to take a deep breath and then bring our things to the table. In that way, we're going to be taking this and moving it down to here, which is much more doable, much more important for our lives and the lives of those that we love to go forward. Until next week, love and blessings.